Okay guys, this is a quick tour of my home gym. Of course I have an arm wrestling table, fundamental for most of the arm wrestling exercises. I've got my bin full of arm wrestling tools. I've got plenty of bands, and I use a tower. Let's see if I can get this in the shot. This tower, I put pulleys on. I'll be explaining all of that and how that works. And then, of course, I've got it fastened down to a 4x4 piece of plywood. I painted it black just so it would match the tower. And I've got like a cat bed to soften when the weights hit the board, so I'm not disturbing everybody in the house. But yeah, this all is part of it. And then I've got this bench. I just finished filming an event, so still have my stuff on the bench, but I use the end of the bench for different exercises, and I use the towel to help out with my elbow and thing when I'm doing different exercises on that. We'll be covering that. I've attached a landmine also to the bottom of the tower, and that works really well for certain things. And anyway, I found this to be a very versatile setup. I can duplicate just about any exercise that we do in Bob's garage with Bob Brown. So I hope I can show how to use these different things, because in our practices in Bob's garage, guys have been asking me about different exercises, and I'm going to be showing what I do, and it's a 2-week rotation. It's also important to be watching arm wrestling videos while you're doing your arm wrestling training. I find that helps motivate me and try to get my lifts better all the time. Another important piece is, of course, keeping written records of what you've lifted, so you know if you're improving or not and what you need to change up in your workouts. Keep detailed records, and that will help you grow, get stronger. And today is concentrating on pronation. So I'll get my notebook. I'm going to write the date. And we're going to start off with, I call this Bob's Corner, because Bob Brown has a corner in his garage where he has a table set up, and he does this pronation exercise, which I think is really good. See, I got to dig out of my chest here. So I just use a little piece of PVC here and a 1/2 inch. And what I do is I take a band, I have it attached to my tower, and I use this to pull it through. That makes it nice and easy. And then you just put it on here. And this is how you do it. You get into like a setup position, and you want to pivot your hand. You don't want to do this. And you also want to do as much pressure with your pinky, as well as your forefinger. So kind of like this. You can do this, this. However you do your top roll. I just do like 15. No exact science, but okay. Now the only difference between me and Bob is I do my left as well. Okay. So that's one set. And then what I do, I can add tension. So a red band will also fit through here. I can even do 2 yellow bands if I choose to, which is a little less tension than the red. Like so. And also I have the pads where this is set up for right and this is set up for left, if that makes sense. It's always tempting for me to do what I told you not to do. And of course, Bob would yell at me for that. Oh, it's harder than it looks. So take a little rest, and you can do 3 or 4 sets of those. Okay, so this is handmade, obviously. And this was Bob's creation. I just kind of copied it. Mine's not as good as his. His rounded and that type of thing. I just took a 2x4 and kind of cut it up and put some tape on it so I wouldn't get splinters during my workouts. And so what I do with this for pronation is you put one through the top, one here, grab it like this. And now you're gonna bring it like this. So I do 10, rest, rest for just a minute. And again, I can use the red band on it to add more tension. And I switch over to the left. And I'll show you what I have to do that. Okay, I'm ready to work out my left. So with this, I've got to just turn these hooks. Well, that one's got to go this way. around so that they hold the band the right way. So again, I'm gonna put this through the top, put these here, and now I'm going to grab this with my left. I'm going to do the same exercise. Okay, and I'll go ahead and I'll add tension with the red. After that, do 3 or 4 sets, and you ought to be feeling it in your pronation with that one. Okay, so now this is my version of a multi-spinner, and I just made it out of some ABS, 3-inch ABS, and then I got these at Home Depot. They're just straps with Velcro, and use this always have the tension on your fingers when you use this. You don't need a lot of weight. So you can use the pulley like that, or if you want, you can use the bands. That works too. Okay, let's see here. There we go. And the bands may actually work better. And I actually like to do this as if you're going for the pin. And of course, you can always use the red bands for that. Here we go with the red ones. It's easy to switch up. And next week I'll be using slightly different tools. Don't want to do the same thing every single week, so I switch it up, but I want to keep it to 3 exercises. Okay, so this is the exercise to end your workout with for your Pronation Day. And what I do is I stick this on here, and this helps keep a wide grip, and it also saves your hand. And you put your leg out, and you want your wrist like that, and you want to hold it with your opposite hand and kind of push it out so you get the right angle here. And I do sets of 10. And again, this is the way Bob Brown likes to do it, and I think it works very well. I get a good pump out of it. You want to make it, kind of heavy. I'm going to add another 10 on here. Okay, here we go. So yeah, you want it fairly heavy. And you could do your pyramid strategy where you keep adding more weight each set. And the handle that I use, this I actually use is a wrist wrench with bands. I just made this out of ABS and some friction tape from for skateboards. I just thought I'd show you the pump I got from the Pronation workout. You can see that. Definitely got a pump.